Thank you, Stephen. Good afternoon, everyone. It's truly an honor for me to moderate this outstanding panel of legal experts. So let's get right into it. Professor Coates, let me begin with you. How and why did Delaware become the premier jurisdiction for incorporations and corporate law generally?
Jeff, thanks for the invite to be here to the organization and to you for chairing this. To answer your question, if we could put up the first slide, Chris, there we go, that one. Yep, you had it right a second ago. Keep going. The third one in the deck. Two more. Here we go. So this just captures what I was asked to explain, but I thought it was worth a visual because it's not just that Delaware is sort of the leader, it's just by far the leader. It's been that way for a very long time. And while other states periodically, actually most successfully and historically was Maryland, and you can see their second, has made an attempt to get incorporations. Those efforts over the past century have largely not succeeded. Now, how and why? So the first answer is a bit of a joke, but it's sort of serious. It's luck. It's next to New Jersey, which may not seem like an advantage, but New Jersey is next to New York. New York is where you would have thought our business center would be, and it was until the late 19th century when New Jersey made the first effort to convince lawyers, I think from Sullivan Cromwell, if history serves my memory correctly, got into rowboats and rowed across the Hudson to New Jersey, where the legislature was a bit more responsive to what they viewed as improvements in the corporate code that were needed during the late 19th century wave of mergers. And they succeeded. They got a fair number of companies to relocate to New Jersey. New Jersey became the center for incorporations until Woodrow Wilson came along and having run a university, thought that he was a sensible candidate first for governor and then for president and became both. Seems like times haven't changed with universities and presidents having interactions of all kinds. But when he ran for president, he ran partly on the platform of reforming the corporate world, going after trusts. And so a lot of the companies that had moved to New Jersey and the lawyers who had recommended that had a change of heart too. And they looked down the coast and the next state they found was Delaware. So that's how we got Delaware. Now, the more important question on some level is like, why did it stick? And there, if you could go to the fourth slide in the deck, the next one, here's kind of the answer on the left. Delaware is small, and as a result, the money that it generates in revenue through its role as the center of incorporations in this country is a huge share of its state annual budget, paying for roads and schools and the like. And that would be a tiny fraction in a state like New York or Texas or California. And so by comparison, Delaware, in a certain odd sense, has the advantage of being small. And it means that people believe when it says this, when its representatives say this, we're really committed to keeping our corporate law up to date and good and keeping our corporate law courts functioning and they in fact are one of the very few states that have a dedicated corporate court. That court, and this will be the last part of my answer, has from the beginning not had juries and has been specializing in corporate law in a way that means that both boards and their lawyers and shareholders and investors and their lawyers have generally believed, and I think this still remains true, that those courts are probably the best at handling the kinds of complicated fiduciary duty cases that routinely fill up the corporate law docket in any state wherever there's that kind of litigation. And so the combination of not having to worry about juries, having trusted judges, having the small dependent state needing to keep its market share and therefore keep its law up to date has meant that ever since New Jersey lost its franchise, Delaware has held on to it. So that's how we got to where we were as of a few years ago.